Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Now we'll be taking the full body measurements. This is as important as getting a perfect dress, the perfect clothes, perfect everything. As long as your measurement is perfect, then you expect the perfect product. So the first thing we'll be doing on the measurement is your back or shoulder measurement. It's from one shoulder to another. So for this we have 13. This is the back measurement. The back measurement. So for this we have 13. And the next is bust measurement. So for your bust, you're taking the circumference of your bust all around your bust. When taking your bust measurement on every other circumference, it does not have to be too loose and too tight. You should be able to move it up and down. So in that way you get accurate bust measurement. So and the next is waist. For the waist, we have two measurements for waist. The first one is mid waist. That's 2 inches. Let's assume this is the navel. 2 inches above your navel. That's your mid waist. While your low waist is the down part. You move it down to get your low waist. So after your waist, so the next thing we can get is I want us to move the measurement from the upper part down. So please follow. So the next measurement is your bust point. Your bust point with that name is bust point. It means on your bust, like on your nipple. So to get that, you get from your shoulder to your nipple. That's your bust point. So for this bust point, we have like 9 or 9.25. So next is your under bust. With that name is so clear. It means under your bust. So to be from your shoulder to under your bust. Here we have 12.5. The next after your under bust, now we've taken bust point, under bust. The next is your half length. Like I said earlier, I said your half length is not your lower waist, is your mid waist. Your mid waist, there's an area in your body where you can bend, on your waist where you can bend. That's your mid waist. It's usually 2 inches or 2.5 inches above your navel. So mid waist should be somewhere around there, which is 17.5 we have here. So and sorry, and a half length 17.5. Half length is usually on the mid waist. From shoulder to your mid waist is your half length. Then the next is your full length. Is your from shoulder to your ankle. To your ankle. That's the full length. Shoulder to your ankle. That's the full length. So after that, then you can take your hips measurement. That's measurement circumference on your buttocks, on your hips. You should be able to move freely on your hips. Should be free, not too free, but you should be able to go up and down on your hips. That's your hips measurement. So yeah, we are still dealing with the upper part. So we'll be going through your round sleeve. I want us to be done with this upper part. Okay, before round sleeve, there's something we call nipple to nipple. That nipple to nipple is very important when you want to do your bustier, your princess that and all. It's so important. So and it's easy to know. It's from one nipple point to another nipple point, like this. This nipple point here is 6.5. From one nipple point to another, that's your nipple to nipple. Then next is your round sleeve. Whenever you want to take your measure on your client's round sleeve, you will raise the arm up. The first round sleeve is round your arm. This is the first round sleeve. For this, we have 12.5. It has to move freely too. The second is should be like 2 inches, 2 inches before your elbow. That's your second round sleeve. So for this is like 10. It has to be free, to not too tight. So it has to be comfortable, convenient on your client. While the third one should be like 3 inches. Third one is the same as this second one is the same as your short sleeve. While the third one is your three-quarter sleeve, like 3 inches after your elbow. somewhere around here. So for this we have 9.5 here. So while the fourth one is your long sleeve, about 7 inches. 7 inches is um your long sleeve, the last round sleeve. Then the next is your sleeve length. All those spaces where we did the round sleeve, you have to take your sleeve length from there. The next is your sleeve length. The first one is 8 from here. From okay, we have 9 from here. This is your arm, your elbow. You have like 9 or 10, depends on the desired length your client wants her sleeve to get to. Then if she wants 3/4, then somewhere here for 17, your 3/4 sleeve, long sleeve on your ankle. So on your wrist, sorry. So that's your long sleeve. Yeah, so I think we are done with the upper part. Please put it. We're done with the upper part. So now there are some measurements, please. There are some measurements we'll be needing, especially for trouser. That will start from the down part. We're done with all measurements for the upper part. So the next we'll be needing for that is we are done with the hips. So there are some measurements that are not usually used, except you are making use of trouser. But you are said you want to make a trouser. But these are crucial measurements that you will be needing. The first is your crotch under your stuff. You get your crotch. So the first is your crotch. Your crotch. This crotch depends on you're making a low waist trouser. Then you can put your crotch here on your waist, on your lower waist. For this is 25, 24. We are making high waist or jumpsuit, then you raise it a little bit to meet your half length. So this is about 27. It has to be equal to at the back, 27. So after that, you take your thigh measurement. Thigh measurement, you raise it up this way. Your thigh measurement for this we have 26. Then your knee round too is important. Your knee round, like 2 inches above your knee. It has to be above your knee so that you'll be able to walk with it. So for this we have about 70 inches. So the next measurement we'll be taking is your knee length. Your knee length too is 2 inches above your knee. 2 inches above your knee. It doesn't have to be on your knee, so you'll be able to walk freely. Except your customer is making a dress and she wants a dress to be on her knee then. But it's advisable you advise your customer not to make a dress on her knee exactly. It could be like an inch above the knee or below the knee. So so that's all about